60s. This is the Artemis generation. Tom Costello, NBC News, Houston.
And that is nightly news for this Monday. Thanks for watching. I'm Lester Holt. Please take care of yourself and each other. Good night.
Tonight. Oh, boys! There's only one thing better than a steal.
Team chance, man.
Can I just say something though real quickly?
The playoff pass! That's one of the meanest things I've ever seen.
The Voice tonight, 8/7.
Our officers risk their lives to protect your families.
But law enforcement's hands are tied when judges like Janet Protasewicz refuse to hold dangerous criminals accountable.
Including a man who brutally raped a 13-year-old girl and posted a video of it to Facebook. Monsters like him belong in prison. Judge Janet disagrees.
Wisconsin sheriffs are supporting Dan Kelly for Supreme Court. He enforces the rule of law, not the rule of Janet.
Vote Daniel Kelly for Wisconsin Supreme Court.
Weather Watch 12, weather from where you live. Live on NBC 12, this is News Watch 12 at 6.
Good evening and welcome to News Watch 12 at 6. I'm Jessica Jukic.
And I'm Dan Hagan. Older folks in Langlade County have a new place to socialize. The Senior Center of Langlade County moved into its new location today, and with it a lot more room. The center has outgrown its last two locations at the Health Services Center and the Old Family Video, but is hoping their new one on Edison Street is permanent. Lois Jones is a board member for the center and shares what the new location means for the community.
I am overwhelmed by the support and the help. I mean, people were here at before 8 in the morning, and they were here till 5 at night remodeling.
The facility holds their daily coffee and conversations from 9 to 11 in the morning, but has other programming as well. They currently offer exercise classes, table games, puzzles, and bingo. Ken Kubaki is the president of the Senior Center. We just heard from him. And he said the nonprofit purchased the building, but volunteers remodeled it.
The vision was to just have a place for seniors to congregate, to have fun, to have some educational programs, just sit around and talk, have conversation.
With the center growing from 6 members in 2016 to over 430 now, the move is necessary to serve their growing population. Kubaki says their goal is to reach 600 members, and with the new location, he thinks it's well within reach.
Conrad, I've been enjoying this beautiful weather outside.
Same. We might slowly be turning the page to spring.
Yeah, and snow, is that in our rearview mirror, or is there more to come?
Well, we have a little bit more to come, Dan. I know you're a big skier. You probably want a little bit more for the slopes, but in no tango, that is not what we're going to get, folks. Taking a look outside, we are officially #2 snowiest winter seasons. Can you believe that? 112.5 inches. Doesn't even feel like we had that much snow. But the first half of the season, whatever did fall, most of it did melt. So that's why we don't have some crazy amounts like 4 or 5 feet on the ground right now. And it is spring, so things are starting to melt. #1, though, is at 116.3, so we are very, very close to reaching a #1 snowiest winter seasons on record. This massive snowstorm and storm will not actually help us. We're going to get some heavy snow, South Dakota, North Dakota, into Minnesota, but for us here in Wisconsin, this is mostly going to be a freezing rain event on Tuesday. That's why some winter weather advisories have been posted until around 7 a.m. on Wednesday. We're looking at some little bit of snow, mostly freezing rain throughout the day on Tuesday, and then just plain old rain by Wednesday. Temperatures right now, take a look at this. 40s down the board, even some 50s down south. Tonight, though, we're going to continue cooling off. Temperatures hovering close to 26 degrees. Jessica?
Thank you, Conrad. Tomorrow, Wisconsin voters will decide the state's next Supreme Court justice, and with it, conservative or liberal control of Wisconsin's highest court. The state's Democratic Party chair was in Rhinelander this morning, knocking on doors for Judge Janet Protasewicz. Ben Wickler spoke with Oneida County Democratic Party volunteers today at their headquarters. Wickler said Wisconsin is a state where elections can come down to 1 vote per precinct along the state.
Frankly, in every square inch of Wisconsin, voters are going to have a chance to determine the future of democracy and freedom in the Badger State. And that's why the Janet Protasewicz team is so fired up about this election.
Wickler also knocked on doors in Stevens Point and Baraboo today. The spring election is tomorrow, and polls will be open between 7 a.m. and 8 p.m.
President Joe Biden was in Minneapolis today to tour a clean energy technology manufacturer. Biden talked about job growth and investments nationwide while pushing clean energy and manufacturing in the U.S. during his visit to engine maker Cummins Incorporated. Biden is hoping to highlight his policy achievements before an expected re-election campaign. According to Gallup's latest poll, 40% of Americans approve of the job Joe Biden is doing as president.
Marshfield Clinic Health System is accepting behavioral health grant applications from school districts. The grant will implement the Behavioral Emotional Social Traits known as BEST, which is the universal screening for the 2023-24 school year. The online screening tool will identify students who need positive behavioral support and help education professionals build students' emotional health. Schools that are awarded a grant will get twice-a-year screenings for students, along with training and consultation and support for teachers and staff. They're accepting grants from 46 counties, including Oneida County, Lincoln County, Vilas County, Price County, and Langlade County. Districts can apply for the Healthy Schools Grant applications on the Marshfield website now through April 28th. A medical emergency that requires paramedics is scary, but it can be even more frightening for an infant or a child.
The Antigo Fire Department wants to make sure those patients are safe during emergencies, so they decided to upgrade some of their equipment. Newswatch 12's Mohammed Abdul Kawi spoke with the assistant chief of the Antigo Fire Department about how the new equipment will make an impact. Mohammed?
Well, Dan and Jessica, medical cots and ambulance were designed for adults, but a new adaptive harness will make sure children will have a safer ride.
We want to try to protect our patients at all costs.
Safety is the #1 priority for the Antigo Fire Department. Assistant Chief Corey Smith says sometimes it's harder to do that with children due to their size.
Ambulance cots are often designed to try to fit a wide range of people, and without knowing the science behind ambulance cot design, I would guess that most of them are designed to fit adults. But unfortunately, just the overall size of them don't often fit pediatric patients very well.
This is a car seat that the Antigo Fire Department used to use, but recently they upgraded to this. And as you can see, it's a lot smaller and lighter for them to use on children in case of an emergency.
It's called the emergency child restraint, and what it is a harness device that becomes integrated into our cot system that we currently have. So what that provides for our department members who may not be familiar with the use of a child car seat that parents would use every day, that provides us a set of tools that more resembles what we already use every day for adult patients.
Smith and his crew believe this will make a huge impact in the community and keep children safe in the ambulance.
The biggest difference is that knowing we will have a consistent method of properly securing children to our cot for years to come can put a lot of our parents at ease when it comes to transporting their child if they need to in an ambulance.
The Antigo Fire Department will continue to train their crew members every month to make sure they can use it when needed. Dan, Jessica?
Sounds like a great initiative there. Thanks, Mohammed. The federal government is taking aim at cancer.
Coming up after the break, we'll have a look at their plans to reduce cancer deaths throughout the U.S. That's after Weather with Conrad right here on Newswatch 12.
She locked him in his room, starved her son to death. The 16-year-old boy weighed only 42 pounds when he died. She could have got 25 years, but she got lucky. Judge Janet Protasewicz set her free. No time in prison. He strangled and raped his 79-year-old aunt. He faced 25 years, but he got lucky too. Protasewicz let him off with only 5. Tell Judge Protasewicz this is not justice. Stop protecting criminals.
Sharp wire pokes his lip. Hurts bad, can't handle it. He'd be feeling fine with Invisalign. Invis is drama-free. Less painful than braces. Invisalign.
It's Santa. We got a problem.
Hold on.
Ho, ho, ho!
Cartridge City.
Come
Come to Carpet City Flooring Center's biggest sale ever and receive free carpet installation or save $300, $600, or even $1,000 on all hard surface flooring. That's right, free carpet installation or extra savings up to $1,000 on hard surface flooring. If you need flooring, now is the time to buy. Only at Carpet City Flooring Center's biggest sale ever.
Our prices will floor you.
She locked him in his room, starved her son to death. The 16-year-old boy weighed only 42 pounds when he died. She could have got 25 years, but she got lucky. Judge Janet Protasewicz set her free. No time in prison. He strangled and raped his 79-year-old aunt. He faced 25 years, but he got lucky too. Protasewicz let him off with only 5. Tell Judge Protasewicz this is not justice. Stop protecting criminals.
And we've made it. It is April 3rd, but it still feels like winter. Something's wrong. Mother Nature is still sending out winter vibes. But don't worry, spring is on the way. Look how much snow we have on the ground. 3, 4, even 5 feet snow drifts. Incredible stuff. Our actual snow depth on the ground is at around 2 feet right now. But look at this sharp cutoff. I thought this might have been an error at 3 inches in Wausau, but no, it is not. They barely have any snow on the ground. That last winter storm that we had, they had mostly a rain event, quick transition of snow, but barely any snow there. So sharp cutoff. Look at Green Bay. Pretty much 0 snow on the ground. There's another low pressure system, a really strong one developing right now. Salt Lake City, 2 feet of snow the next couple of days, making its way all the way up into North Dakota, South Dakota, and same story into Minnesota, where feet of snow will be piling up. For us, though, different story. This time around, though, this low pressure system will bring mostly a freezing rain into a rain event for us. Right now, though, pretty calm, just some few clouds here in the area. But down south, that green right there by Adams County and closer to Milwaukee into Madison, that is actually rain where temperatures are in the 50s, but that is going to stay well south of us. But now talking about that Tuesday into Wednesday storm, take a look at this, folks. Tuesday, we get some initial snow at first in the afternoon hours, maybe 2, 3 p.m. Then a transition into a wintry mix and pretty much freezing rain all day on Tuesday. There will be some breaks, so it's going to be more of a scattered freezing rain event. But take a look at these stronger and really thick bands of freezing rain moving in really late in the afternoon into the evening to overnight hours on Tuesday. Then temperatures actually rise overnight. So by the morning hours, by 7 a.m., 6, 7 a.m., most of this will be turning into all rain. And then by noon, that's when we're going to reach our high temperature of around 45, and then we cool down once again. So by the evening hours on Wednesday, we might see a couple more snowflakes popping up, especially overnight Wednesday into the day on Thursday. Okay, so we're looking at less than an inch of snow here in town Tuesday, and then transitioning into freezing rain. Look at all of this. We might even get up to 1/4 of an inch of freezing rain in spots Tuesday into Tuesday night into those early morning hours on Wednesday before warmer temperatures roll in and everything starts to melt away. But the winds will also be a problem for us. 40-mile-an-hour wind gusts on Tuesday, especially in the evening. Down the board, Wausau 43, Mosinee 45. Then it starts to calm down slightly by the early morning hours on Wednesday and quickly ramping back up to around 50-mile-per-hour wind gusts in some spots on Wednesday. You can kind of see the strongest part of the storm from Salt Lake City all the way up into North Dakota. Same story into northern parts of Minnesota, where most of this will be a crippling snowstorm for them. For us, mostly, like I said, a spring-ish type of storms. We do have winter weather advisories out. Tonight, though, temperatures around 26 degrees, mostly cloudy, and winds pretty breezy out there, northeast at around 10 to 20 miles per hour. Tomorrow is that event. 34 degrees as a high. Wintry precipitation will be in the area, and the winds will start to pick up. Our 7-day outlook brought to you by Northwoods Furniture and Mattress does show those warmer temperatures on Wednesday. Then Thursday, more chances of flurries than Friday into the weekend. Look how nice we warm back up into the 50s. Dan?
About 1 in 36 children in the U.S. are diagnosed with autism spectrum disorder a year, according to the CDC. And still, scientists don't know what causes the developmental disorder. A new study, though, suggests there could be a link between autism and levels of lithium in drinking water. Lithium is a rare earth metal found naturally in some food and groundwater. The study, published today in the journal JAMA Pediatrics, found a small association between the metal and autism diagnoses in Denmark. The study found a moderately higher risk of autism spectrum disorder in children born to pregnant people exposed to tap water with higher levels of lithium. Researchers say the level of lithium in drinking water there is similar to that of American water systems. Experts caution that this association doesn't show a direct link between autism and lithium. They say much more research is needed.
The Department of Health and Human Services is working on several initiatives to reduce the amount of cancer deaths in the country. Cancer is currently the second leading cause of death in the U.S. The plan builds on President Biden's 2016 Cancer Moonshot Initiative. One part of the plan is preventing cancer with vaccines and determining what environmental toxins cause cancer. They hope to focus on prevention-driven clinical trials and have a more diverse group in the research. The National Cancer Institute will take the lead on the plan and will work with the government and the private sector. Ski season is quickly coming to a close. We'll see how one resort fared in the UP.
And the Milwaukee Brewers are just getting started. We'll have highlights from their home opener right after the break.
Dan Kelly and his friends are lying about Judge Janet Protasewicz.
He wants to scare you because he can't talk about his own record.
Dan Kelly has never sentenced a single criminal to prison.
Not one.
That's a fact.
And as a private attorney, Kelly got rich defending sex predators who posed as youth ministers to sexually assault young girls.
That's the truth.
The bottom line is that Dan Kelly won't keep our community safe.
He's an extremist
who doesn't care about us.
At Lakeside Living Design, we've always got something stylish in store for you. Whether you're looking for high-quality custom upholstery, decorative accessories and gifts, or are designing your space entirely from scratch, you'll have a friendly designer by your side, sharing their expertise, helping you bring your unique style to life. So stop by, explore our showroom, and together we'll make your space feel just like home.
The 988 Suicide and Crisis Lifeline is here and ready to help. Anyone in Wisconsin can call, text, or chat to get connected to a trained 988 counselor. Trained counselors are here to support anyone experiencing a suicidal, mental health, or substance use crisis. You can also contact 988 if you're concerned about someone. 988 is confidential and free to all Wisconsin residents. 988 24/7. Call, text, chat. Here to support you.
Begin planning your springtime project with Menards. Get a free estimate with our Design and Buy program. Use our interactive tools to create and modify detailed, personalized designs for your home. With Design and Buy, your options are limitless. Create your dream patio with our landscape blocks. Add privacy with a new fence. Or spend more time entertaining and relaxing with a low-maintenance deck. Rustic composite decking is just $195 a linear foot after 11% rebate.
Save big money at Menards.
A person is known by the company they keep. Who are Judge Janet Protasewicz's friends? Predatory abortion profiteers. The type of savages that support late-term abortions that cause excruciating pain and stop a beating heart. And they want you, the taxpayer, to foot the bill. Janet Protasewicz and her bloodthirsty comrades don't care about Wisconsin's values. They care about making money, killing babies. Vote Dan Kelly on April 4th.
After a rough opening day, the Brewers have rattled off 2 straight wins. Today began their first homestand of the season, and Brewers fans were excited. Those good feelings stuck around all game long. Bottom of the third now, Jesse Winker at the plate. He hits a single into left field. Bryce Terang, he was on second. He'll score from second, and that puts the Brewers up 1-0. Then, bottom of the fourth, Brian Anderson, not the broadcaster, mind you, the player, slams this one into center field. That 2-run homer would put the Brewers up 3-0. But folks, we're just getting started. If you don't know who Bryce Terang is yet, there's your introduction. He hits his first ever home run with the bases loaded. That grand slam would seal it for the crew. He is excited. They win at 10-0, and they host the Mets again tomorrow at 6:40 p.m.
This year, the Upper Peninsula saw 215 inches of snow. That's compared to 185 inches on average. Snow River Mountain Resort is in its first season under new ownership. Midwest Family Ski Resorts purchased the property last August. As winter gives way to spring, skiers and snowboarders have to say goodbye to one of the best seasons on record.
The best day for us is 3 to 10 inches of fresh powder on groom.
Anybody.
And we probably had
right?
15, 18 of those this year.
And the weather has been awesome, too. February, we had more sunny days than we've had in how many seasons?
The resort welcomes people from near and far. While they love their time outside, some call the hospitality unmatched.
The chairlift operators, the groomers, everything else that comes with it, even inside, you know, going to get rentals and lift tickets and everything else like that. People are just so friendly, and it's just very welcoming, and that's what I love about it.
The resort saw a steady number of visitors all winter long. While Jackson Creek is now done for the season, skiers have one last opportunity to hit the slopes this weekend at Black River Basin on the mountain next door. NASCAR was in action over the weekend. Newswatch 12's Kate Heidemann has a recap.
Race Watch 12 with Kate Heidemann is brought to you by Builder Service, Menke Buick GMC Mazda, and Next Step Prosthetics.
All three of NASCAR's top divisions returned to competition over the weekend, but this time they weren't all in the same place. While Cup and Xfinity were at the short track at Richmond, Virginia, the trucks were battling in the heat at Fort Worth, Texas. The opening stage of the race would be a battle between Atlanta winner Christian Eckes and Truck Series rookie Nick Sanchez. Nick gets the better of Eckes on lap 27 and held it through the end of stage 1. Stage 2 was much of the same. This time, though, it's Ben Rhodes taking on Nick Sanchez. Wouldn't last long for Nick to get clear of Ben, though, when he would lead all the way up until stage's end. Maybe the most talked about moment of the night came at 24 to go. A caution came out, this time for Dean Thomas. He was spun and stopped in the middle of the front stretch when a truck collides with him hard on his rear quarter and then gets hit hard a second time on the side. All drivers except for Dean walked out of their trucks with no issue. Dean had to be transported to a hospital over this and thankfully suffered no major injury. When the race restarted, it was all about who had the better short-run speed. Multiple cautions came out between the 22-lap mark and the white flag, which sent this race into overtime. That last attempt here grabbed everyone's attention. Nick Sanchez's lead was contested yet again, this time by the 2022 truck champion Zane Smith. The last lap before the white flag, Nick and Zane held each other to their doors without letting the other go. Sanchez took the white flag here, but in doing so made contact with Smith, causing him to get loose and drop speed. Only for Carson Hocevar, who was running behind with more momentum, came up and tapped the back of Nick's truck, causing him to fully lose it and send his truck into the rear quarter of Zane Smith. The rules state whoever was leading at the time of caution during a white flag will be declared the winner. This time, it's none other than Carson Hocevar getting his first win in the Truck Series. All throughout the beginning of the Xfinity race, it was between Chandler Smith, Riley Herbst, and Brandon Jones. But after a brief battle for the lead between Riley and Chandler came out in Chandler's favor, it was all him to close out the stage. The same looked to be true for the second stage. That was until 9 to go. Smith started getting held up by traffic, leaving Josh Berry to take the lead and the stage win. John Hunter Nemechek then took the lead off a restart and held it with 22 to go. A couple cautions later, one involving 4th and 5th place Brandon Jones and Riley Herbst. The front row consisted of John Hunter Nemechek and Chandler Smith, who made his way back up. Nemechek fought hard for the lead, but eventually Chandler cleared him and ran it across the line under green, a first-time winner in the Xfinity Series. The Cup Series saw the Hendrick cars of Alex Bowman and William Byron pull ahead early. Bowman may have been the pole sitter and got a few laps as leader, but William Byron wouldn't let him get away long. He'd be in the front two until the end of the stage, fending off the likes of Kyle Larson and Ross Chastain. The first half of stage 2 saw much of what we had in the prior stage. Kyle Larson, also having an impressive day, ran first a while, but would be caught by Byron yet again. Only when Byron gets held up by lap traffic and Christopher Bell get by him for the lead. Then with 4 to go in the stage, another Joe Gibbs car and Denny Hamlin gets by the Hendrick cars and Christopher Bell to take first and finish out the last few laps of the stage in first place. With 25 to go, a bold pitch strategy that paid off sent Josh Berry to the front 2 for the second to last restart. Only one more caution of the night here, and importantly, it's for William Byron, the man who led a lot of this race out of contention for the win at least, leaving his teammates Kyle Larson and Josh Berry to ride off into the sunset in first and second. Next week, all three of the divisions reunite at the same track, this time Bristol Motor Speedway for the one and only dirt race on the NASCAR schedule. It's my personal favorite, and I can't wait to break it all down. For Race Watch 12, I'm Kate Heidemann.
I'm going for Judge Janet Protas. Janet,
You don't need to know how to say Protasewicz to know that Judge Janet believes in fairness, freedom, and public safety.
Sullivan's Log Home Restoration and Remodel is your choice for log home maintenance with a guaranteed new and beautiful looking home, whether it's an interior or exterior job. Specializing in log replacements, sandblasting, staining, and chinking. Need that extra square footage? Sullivan's also does remodeling and additions to your existing home. Sullivan's Log Home Restoration and Remodel has been serving the Eagle River and surrounding area for over 30 years.
See the exceptional selection of jewelry at Golden Carat Jewelers. Artistic handmade jewelry by Michu and Belle Latour. Fashion-forward designs by Mira T. and Frederick Sage. The latest trends and the forever classics from Facet Barcelona, Catan, and more. Your full-service jewelry store in downtown Minocqua. Golden Carat Jewelers has a surprise for everyone.
I don't like Dan Kelly.
I think he's corrupt.
First of all, he recused himself from the Zignego case because of ethical concerns.
Then he took $20,000 from Zignego and his family.
After he got the money, he unrecused himself so he could judge the case.
That's not something a judge with any ethics would do.
That's textbook corruption.
It's all in the public record, too.
Dan Kelly is too corrupt.
He's too extreme.
And he doesn't care about us.
Habush attorneys are the best of what a personal injury attorney is about.
To get the most money for your case, you need to have a law firm that's unrelenting.
We will fight with all that we have in person power, in knowledge, and experience to bring about the result they deserve.
I can't give them their life back how it was, but I can give them the financial compensation to get their life back on track.
A former prosecutor, now circuit court judge, Janet Protasewicz. On the Supreme Court, she'll be a common sense judge. She believes in protecting our freedoms, fairness for all,